one foot is going to stay down because obviously I'm not dribbling the basketball. I can't move both feet. Now a drop pivot is taking one foot and bringing it back behind my body. And in this case, I'm going to go short, but I'm going to stay in my skinnier stance because there's no advantages really in this situation to be wide. If I'm doing a drop pivot, it's because I already see my line and I want to gain some explosion from that. And so if I was in this position right now and I wanted to drive, if I just try to drive out of this position, I could be successful, but I'm not necessarily going to get maximum speed. So let's say if I shot faked and then I realize that I have an opportunity to drive, bringing this foot back is going to give me a little bit more burst and explosiveness to attack that spot. And so right now we're going to work on our triple threat drop pivot position. Now here's what I don't want to see. Right now I have the mat, so it really allows me to hold myself accountable. So when I bring this foot back, I'm going to go into the red square. I'm going to go from the square behind me. I don't really care if I get all the way to the dots, but I want to be around the square. But what I don't want to see is my hip to go over that square. That would be a reverse step. I want my hip to still stay somewhere in the line of these top boxes and at maximum the circle, because I don't want my hips going back. I want my hips going down. That's what a drop does. And so with a drop pivot, we're getting into a normal drop position, but we're doing it with one foot instead of two. And so right now we're going to get into drops. Now you could go all the way to the basket. You could go into speed stops for a shot. I'll do a little bit of both, but that's always up to you. The main focus right now in our checklist is just that you knock out the footwork and you understand the footwork. And so right now if I was driving right, my drop pivot would be my inside foot. So I'm going to bring that foot back and I'm going to explode off of that position. Now do make sure when you do this that you still understand that you need an inside step out of this type of drive. I don't want to drop pivot and then step with a straight step. Typically someone's going to be here, so you can't just necessarily step straight. And so when I drop pivot, this foot will still swing tight so I can get in a straight line from my outside foot and either react to the shot or the drive. Now if I was going left, now my right foot's my drop pivot. I want to make sure that it goes back behind me, it stays short, don't overextend it where I lose explosiveness. And so once again, I'm aiming for the box, my hips mainly go down, and then I can explode once again into a drive, into a shot. So when you're working on your drop pivot, here's your focus. Be explosive, really attack out of that pivot. You can add different things like shot fakes if you want, be more live in your triple threat, but our main thing is that you can feel explosive on that without feeling your hips going behind you. If you can do that, you're going to gain all the benefits of a drop while maintaining 100% of your space by keeping a pivot foot planted out of your triple threat position. Spend 20 minutes on your drop pivot all around the floor, getting better at just your overall footwork